Okay, so let's talk about some shit here. This one just kills me. I just love it. Ted fucking Cruz. This guy is the most tone deaf asshole I have ever seen. First, he hightails it out of the country in the midst of a state of emergency in the state that he represents when it's shut down, completely crippled, no power, no water, no emergency services, goes to Mexico to be a good dad. Then he realizes how bad that looks. Because even Republicans were calling his ass out like, dude, what are you doing? Are you fucking nuts? So he comes back and now he's posting these pictures all over Twitter of him, I don't know, helping, carrying, cases of water and shaking the hands of the good American people that are struggling, rolling up his sleeves. Fuck you, you fucking worm. This guy is such a fucking joke. I'm not even going to read any of the article because he is getting his ass roasted on Twitter, and rightfully so. They're pointing out that this is clearly a photo opportunity. This is clearly him just presenting a show for the people to try to save face, and it's so painfully obvious. It's like cringy, like, oh, Ted, don't. You're just sinking deeper and deeper and deeper. Oh, God. Anybody who votes for this fucking clown ever again, like, you deserve whatever you get. Stop electing this moron. Stop electing this moron. He does not deserve to hold any political office. He's a joke. He is a complete and utter worm. Ugh. This is cringier than the time that Trump went into the church and did his little photo op with the upside down Bible. This is way worse. So, Ted Cruz, you suck. You're a joke. Here's some more coronavirus shit about the goals of the Biden administration. And no, I am not going to suck Joe Biden's dick here. All right, I'm just pointing out what the article here is saying. This is from Newsweek. No, USA Today. My bad. The other one was from Newsweek. So, in the early parts of his campaign, Biden said that his goal for distributing the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines would be 100 million in 100 days from his election. So that was his goal that he set on the campaign trail. So up until the 20th, there was about 16.5 million Americans who already inoculated by that time. Right now, according to this, they have a tracker of who's been vaccinated right now. We have 63 million Americans who have already received the vaccine. So there's 75 million available, 63 million people have been vaccinated, which is pretty damn good. And in fact, it's so good, we're on track to go way past the 100 million in 100 days, according to this. If we keep up this momentum in this rate, they were speculating that it's too low. 100 million were too low. In fact, they said it was a floor, not a ceiling. They've set a new goal of 150 million in 100 days. And I was like, that sounds like a lot to me. I don't know. There is some skepticism about that. And there's a lot of people, including Fauci, who's saying we might want to, be optimistic, but let's be a little bit more realistic because any number of things could happen. Not only that, there's coronavirus variants that are starting to be introduced that's fucking up the effectiveness of the vaccine, so on and so forth. Fauci here being the old pearl clutcher, let's calm down now. But if we continue this pace and momentum, it strongly suggests that the entire nation, all 300 and some odd, 350, however many we are in this nation, could be fully vaccinated by, they're saying July. So like by midsummer. So that's pretty optimistic, right? That's good news. I mean, assuming you think the vaccine is good news and not some evil perpetrated by Bill Gates or, the powers that be to try to control you and make you sick or whatever other clueless, brain dead, anti-vax position you may hold. But I'm just going to proceed as though those people don't exist because they're dumb and they don't understand vaccines. Yeah, so some health experts are saying, like I said, it needs to ramp up. So we're given 150 million shots a day, which is, I think, a lot. But it needs to get closer to 3 million shots a day for the nation to kind of meet that midsummer goal. Seems doable, though. We're moving along pretty quickly. Biden has been president now for a month, and so he's got a lot of people already vaccinated. So he's gonna blow right by that 100 million people in 100 days. So that's good. That's good. There's more to this article. There's kind of a bookend about the school reopenings. He took some shit because he was saying things that was not lining up with what his press secretary was saying about school openings. He was also saying he was lumping in this first 100 days shit about having schools open 5 days a week by the first 100 days of his administration. And a lot of people were like, oh, that's a good thing. But there's also people in his administration saying that might be a little bit too lofty. Right now, there's a big back and forth going on right now about schools not being open, and parents, rightfully so, are very frustrated by that because, having to educate your kids and be there all day, and that impedes you from working, so on and so forth. I'm not saying anything that people don't understand, but, teachers' unions are clapping back saying, if you want us to teach your kids, all these teachers need to be vaccinated. The staff, all the administration, teachers need to be vaccinated, need to be completely vaccinated. Otherwise, it's an unsafe working environment. And I guess I get that too. But then again, I'm not a parent, so I might feel a little bit differently if I were. So I'm trying to okay, I get both sides. I get why it's so complicated. I'm not going to dig too deeply in here. I don't have kids, so that's not really a main concern of mine. But this having the entire nation vaccinated by the summer, I mean, it kind of sucks because there's still a lot of months of probably masks and quarantining and procedural bullshit that we have to deal with. But I mean, hey, at least there's like a kind of a little speck of a light at the end of the tunnel. It might be far away, but you kind of see something. So I found this enthusiastic. I makes me enthusiastic that hopefully this will be a better year than the last year. I don't know. Might suck. Might be totally bullshit. Or the coronavirus might, I don't know, evolve into something new, and we might have to just keep redealing with this. God, I don't even want to venture down that rabbit hole. That's depressing. Rush Limbaugh, conservative talk show host Rush Limbaugh died earlier this week at 70 from lung cancer. Rush Limbaugh has been a mouthpiece for the conservative right for well over 30 years. He has been on the air since H.W. Bush. So he has been doing it now on air, just being an overtly opinionated conservative talk show host now for, I think it's something like, 33 years, something like that. But he's been doing it forever. He is kind of the OG of that kind of loud, boisterous right wing. This article here, which is an NPR article, which gives a very fair summation of his life and his legacy. They kind of said, before Alex Jones and Fox News, there was Rush doing it from the get-go, pissing people off. And there's no denying that Rush Limbaugh had legions of fans who loved everything he had to say, but he pissed off a lot of people. He picked fights with a lot of groups. He picked fights with minorities, with women. He picked fights with liberal Democrats, called people names, said pretty racially insensitive things. And he did it all super unapologetically. He also, he was pretty well known to be kind of homophobic. Didn't really like the gays that much. But I'm not, there's a lot of people right now who are conservative and mourning the loss of him because, he was a loud and proud conservative and he just said what he thought. There were a lot of people who appreciated that. I appreciate that too, frankly. I don't agree with a lot of things he said because he said some pretty awful shit. But then there are other people on the left who are, good riddance. They're like, good riddance to this sack of shit. They didn't revere him like the right did, and they saw him as just a problematic mouthpiece who said a lot of nasty shit. So basically just divided along party lines. I'm right in the middle. He did say a lot of nasty shit. I didn't know this about Rush, but he coined the term feminazi, referring to Hillary Clinton. I learned in this article. So that was he was attributed to that little nugget, which a lot of people use now. But he pissed a lot of fucking people off. There is this thing here that I went and I found. He said a lot of wacky shit. Rush, undeniably. He said some weird shit that, back in the day you can kind of get away with. But now, especially in the, pussified PC culture we kind of find ourselves in, like, this shit will come back to haunt you. And he said a lot of shit that, I don't know, man. You kind of are pretty tone deaf if you say this kind of stuff, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that ate it up. He said George Steinbrenner was a cracker who made African Americans millionaires. I guess it's technically true. Obama and Oprah are only successful because they're black. Only, huh, Rush? They're only successful because they're black. They're not smart, articulate, thoughtful individuals who are talented and driven. No, they're just black. He called Obama uppity. So, maybe Obama was being fucking uppity. Ted Kennedy had Negroes serve him booze. Okay. Okay. All of these things here have been noted that Rush said. Some of them sound like they might be out of context. I don't know. Here. Have you ever noticed how all composite pictures of wanted criminals resemble Jesse Jackson? No, Rush. No, I don't think they do. This one I'm not familiar with here. Okay, this one's great. Look, let me put it to you this way. The NFL all too often looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. There, I said it. Like, come on, Rush. Why didn't you just say, oh my God, it's just the darkies out there beating each other up. That's all there is. Like, oh my God, why would you say that? The NAACP should have riot rehearsals. They should get a liquor store and practice robberies. I can go on and on and on. Obviously he went after Obama a lot. He said all kinds of shit about Obama. Not only that, him and Trump, he was a big mouthpiece for Trump when Trump was doing his stupid ass witch hunt. When Trump was he was spearheading that birther movement for Obama. And a lot of people forget that, but Donald Trump was one of those guys who was like, where's the birth certificate? Where's the birth certificate? Even well after he demonstrated it and the hospital in Hawaii confirmed where he was born, they just kept it going, trying to, muddy the waters with that nonsense. And Rush was part of that bullshit back in the day. So him and Trump were tight. He loved Trump. Trump was sing-songing his praises after he died, too. So, love him or hate him, he was notable. He was a guy that was in the public consciousness and said what he thought, and I can appreciate that, even though I thought a lot of the things he said were ridiculous and stupid. And pretty outrageous sometimes. Remember when he was mocking Michael J. Fox? He thought Michael J. Fox was just faking the Parkinson's thing. Oh, man. Rush had, there was no depths that guy wouldn't sink to. And some people ate it up. So I guess RIP, but I ain't going to really miss you, So that's all I'm going to talk about. Because I don't have anything else to say. But it feels good to say what I want. Yay. Dirty. Filthy. Mucky.